Hey guys, so I have Scott Johnston here with me from Tico Manufacturing.
Hello everybody.
And he stopped by with their new van. Check this out. This is totally cool. So I know this is like a new thing that you guys just recently did over the last 3 months or so. And my understanding is that they basically tour around the country and they go visit customers and shops, and they have a bunch of their products inside here that they can show off. So you have your some of the Tico, Raptor Workholding,
Toollex vices and our air vise.
Yeah, exactly. You guys might remember Toollex. I've got a couple of their vices in there in the shop right now. And of course we have their, your standard milling vices, but this is pretty cool. So you've been in Texas, touring through Texas.
This is our very brand new van. We just started up in Texas, Oklahoma, down through Houston, and we're here in warm Florida today.
Yeah.
For the winter. It gets to stay here in Florida for a while during the winter.
That's cool. So you guys are going to be driving through Florida and visiting some customers?
Through January and February, yeah. And then we'll head it up the East Coast then towards spring, and then back towards the Midwest after that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're down here in Florida for the winter time where it's a little bit more warm. It's not so warm today, but I welcome the cool air. Hey, it feels good out here to me. So if any of your customers would like you to stop by, is that something that you can do? Can you schedule or can a customer schedule a visit with the van?
Absolutely. If you've got some interest in the van and having it stop by your facility, give us a call. Get on our website. You can just ask for a demo or look online. You can find your local representative, and they'll be glad to schedule it for you.
Very cool. I know you said you're headed to Tampa, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so if you guys are in the Tampa area, maybe you reach out to Tico and see if they can bring the van by and check out some of their cool work holding.
Absolutely.
So you want to give us a little tour? I'd love to see what you got in here. All right. I think this is totally cool. A work holding van coming by to show you the product. Yeah, I see lots of cool work holding in here. A lot of good Raptor stuff.
Come on in.
You go right on in.
We start off here on inside the van with our Toollex double station vices. We've got hydraulics and manuals, and also our single station manual vices. These vices are available in 4, 6, and 8 inches with the AccuSnap jaws, machinable jaws, and also hydraulic segments.
Very cool.
This is our Toollex 4-inch relock double station vise. It's 80,000 psi ductile iron with our snap lock jaws. They are machinable aluminum or steel. They come wider than the vise. They also come taller. These happen to be the tall jaws, and this is how they snap on. They got a little pocket inside. They go around the knuckle. Easy on, easy off. The center jaw, it's got a little notch in it here that lines up with the pin on the vise, so you can only put it on one way. Then when you're ready, you go ahead and machine your parts. And then when you're ready to change out your work, you just take your center jaw off. You can flip it upside down. You can take your outside jaws, flip those around. And those are reversible too. So now you can actually do 4 parts with one set of soft jaws. And this center jaw repeats within a 1/2 thousandths. You can also take the center jaw off, and now you can make it a single station vise. And if you like to use parallels, you just take your soft jaws off, or your machinable jaws, and we put our carrier jaw, which has the same pocket on the bottom, and it's outfitted with our master jaw, our AccuSnap master jaw. Snaps on the same way as the soft jaw. So we have 2 outside jaws, and then we have the center jaw, which also has a little pinhole in it, which allows you to put it on only one way, and then you bolt it down in the middle, of course. And that allows me to use our parallels. We have regular parallels, we have mill angles, and then we have machinable jaws. And what they do is they snap in. They can locate within 2/10 part to part. So just take your little abundance wrench. They snap out. You can snap them right back in.
So you use the wrench to remove them?
Correct.
Okay.
And then these outside holes, you tighten it down. And what you're doing with that is there's 2 spring plungers here that move.
Okay.
And so when you tighten it down with these outside screws, it keeps that plunger from moving and it locks the part in place.
Okay. Nice.
And so these can all come out. Change them around however you want. So you can tell your change out time is just a matter of seconds versus a couple minutes to redo everything. And the average, you don't have to re-indicate them either. So you don't have to worry about running any kind of indicator over it.
Yeah, that is nice.
And this is a 4-inch. We also make those in 6 and 8-inch models and also in tombstones as well.
This guy right here?
Yep. That's a 4-inch model, but we also make it in 6 and 8. And now if you're looking to automate and you need some hydraulic work holding, the soft jaws I just took off the manual vise will fit on the hydraulic one as well, just like we did earlier. And you just pop the jaw on, then you lock it down, and you'll notice there's a profile cut in the jaws to fit the part. That'll go there, and this one will go here. Then you hit the switch. Locks both parts in place.
Nice.
Then it releases the same way.
I like that.
And that's just using a air over oil hydraulic pump with factory air into it.
I'm just curious, would this mount inside the machine?
It can,
Okay.
yes.
Or you can mount it where you
You can
want
mount it
to.
outside.
Okay. Man, that is sweet. I really love the AccuSnap stuff. We're going to have to look into some of that for our Toollex vices.
Oh, absolutely.
I like that parallel system that just snaps in like that, and these angled parallels like that.
It's the one item in the van that gets a lot of attention when you start clicking the parallels. They look at them and everybody's interested in those kind of parallels. They don't have to use springs and banding and to keep the parallels.
You don't have to put a rubber band around it to hold it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That is sweet.
We also have our self-centering 0-point vices from Piranha. We get these out of Switzerland. We are the North American distributor for Piranha. And so that's their own little self-centering vices with their 0-point plates. And then they also manufacture one of the bigger seller items now from them is their coolant line. It's anodized aluminum, 1100 PSI coolant line. Comes in 3 different sizes, so it won't break apart or flop in the wind. You get this tightened down into your machine, and it's there to stay.
We have this on our TRM, our Miltronics.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have the Piranha cooling system on there, and it is fantastic. I love it.
When you got it set, you just set it and forget it.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, I was going to see about investing in some more for our new VM because I do like those. They have a lot of different nozzle options that you can get.
Yeah, you got the multi-port nozzles, we got the standard nozzles, we got different angled nozzles.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Helps to eliminate your copper tubing. You don't have to bend it all around to get to the cut zone.
Yeah.
And then behind you is our offering of our Raptor work holding with dovetail fixtures. We go all the way from basically a 1/4-inch dovetail down here all the way up to this one is about 2 1/4 inch on this bigger one, and our largest one is a 3-inch dovetail. And then we have a variety of dovetails in between. They're also stackable. You can put a multi-fixture on top of a dovetail. It's like we show here. We can also take a smaller dovetail and put it on top of a fixture as well. And what that does allows you to machine all 5 sides of your part without having to stick it into a vise. 3 operations, you've got a complete part.
Yeah, very cool. I've been working with the fellows up there at Tico, and we're getting ready to get a couple of the Raptor pieces for our Miltronics for our 4th axis. I know we're going with their the Raptor 0-point system, and we're going to be using one of the self-centering vices that they recommended, and also one of the dovetail fixtures as well.
That's great. We do some specials in that regard too, especially when it comes to the adapter plates onto certain machines. We can do specials when it comes to that.
Yes, exactly. I've been talking to Sam up there at Tico, and he's been helping me because I told him, I said, well, I want to put just a 3-jaw chuck on the 4th axis. And so he designed a 0-point plate that I can bolt to the 3-jaw that will go onto the 3-point system. But it's all going to be the Raptor components there.
Well, you'll definitely enjoy that with the changeover, that's for sure.
Yeah, pretty excited. So he's been working on that, and we should be getting that stuff pretty soon. But other than being at IMTS a few years ago and seeing the Raptor components, this is the second time that I've seen the Raptor stuff. So I thought this was a great opportunity to have you guys come by and let's check out the new van, though.
Oh, absolutely, our pleasure. And one of our newest products is our air vise, manufactured in Idaho. We bought the company back in last October, and this was designed really to integrate with cobots for automation. It can actually be used manually, like we have here, with just a little push-pull valve.
Nice.
So you can put your parts in and clamp it. Standard factory area, you can get it right 2,300 pounds of clamping force. We have 2 designs here that we're showing. One is round, or fairly round, for 5th axis machines, and also rotary unions on the 4th axis. Nice. The plumbing goes through the bottom and then through the pallet. Okay. This is what we call the table unit, which is designed to go onto your vertical machine. And this comes in 2 styles: a regular style, really, that you got a direct mount to the to the table, and then we have another one that's got 96 millimeter counterbores in the bottom for 96 millimeter 0-point clamping. Okay. If you had a plate for that. And this is one of the new items to go with, well, it can do on anything, but for this was a mill stop blower combination that can be hooked directly to your CNC machine, and then the machine will tell it when it needs to blow the part off.
So it works as a work stop.
Yes.
And then you can also blow air onto
Correct.
your workpiece.
Yes, to either clean it up before you put the new part in, or to blow the chips off before you take the part off.
Yeah. Okay. Very
And
cool.
the jaws on this are really simple to take off. You just slide them out.
Wow.
Slide them in. These are aluminum, which are standard when you buy it, but they're also available in steel.
Okay.
Machinable.
Yeah.
And then over here's one of our latest products, is our new 0-point plate, 52 millimeter, that we're actually making at our facility in Ohio. And with that, our Raptor fixtures come with the 52 millimeter counterbores on the bottom, so that you can put our pull studs on them and use into our 0-point plate.
This looks like the vise right here that I believe Sam had recommended for our system.
And this is the one we make up in Dayton. It's our it's the Raptor 0-point plate, or 0-point vise rather. And this was our first iteration of 5-axis years ago.
Okay.
And we've still just modified it over the years with the jaws that come off, and you put machinable jaws on it, and it's still self-centering, and it also has the 0-point holes on the bottom as well.
Right. Man, this is sweet. This is cool getting to see all the Workholding and not having to go all the way up to Chicago to look at it,
Absolutely. We come to you now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's nice about the demo van, people get in here and they start getting some ideas in their heads.
Yeah.
And then, just when you think they're not interested, they come out with 5 or 6 things quoted a lot of different ways, because they just, everybody wants to touchy-feely.
Yeah. Well, when you see it firsthand like this, and you think about the jobs that you're running in the shop, and it gives you new ideas. And then for somebody like me, this is all new to me. I'm learning all this modern stuff, this modern manufacturing. So this is all new to me, and I enjoy learning this stuff and being able to start implementing some of this type of Workholding with what we're doing here in our shop. I'm old school. I'm used to a vise, just a single station vise.
Grip it and rip it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is cool. Now this is the only Tico that I see in here. So the studs and the T-nuts and stuff like that.
Yes, Tico is the parent company of everything you see in here. Tico is celebrating their 100th anniversary next year, making T-slot nuts and bolts and clamping kits out of Dayton, Ohio, and we're still there. And we bought the Toollex Vise company about 28 years ago. And then we bought the Raptor company about 9 years ago. And then we just got the Vise company last year. And we partnered with Piranha on our 0-point stuff. That's been probably 8 or 9 years ago as well.
The coolant lines is fairly new. That's a
it came at the same time as the Vices did. They had them together when we partnered with them.
Yeah, okay.
The coolant line, just getting it out and people knowing what it is, they really have to put it on their machine. It looks nice, they're not really sure about it until they get it on the machine and see how it works.
Yeah,
and then they're sold.
Yeah, I would recommend these myself because I've run this, and a lot of you guys that watch videos have probably seen this. I've even got that double, coolant system coming around to both sides of the spindle there, and it works really great because you can lock it in. It comes with the little wrenches, so you can tighten it up, and you don't have to worry about chips like slinging around and then bumping it out of the way.
And we've had a couple instances where we've seen some screw machines catch fire because the plastic line would get a little pinhole in it and it would atomize the coolant, or the oil I should say, and then it catches fire. Well, with this, using the anodized aluminum, you don't have to worry about the little pinholes, and it's a nice safety feature.
Yeah.
You're also getting the coolant into the cut zone much more efficiently than using a plastic line where it's kind of flopping and moving or breaking. Chip removal, it also helps with part finish at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love them. Well, I'm excited for us to get our Raptor Workholding in here. It should be coming pretty soon. That's going to be for our 4th axis for our Miltronics. So it's going to be really nice having a self-centering vise, the dovetail fixture, and a 3-jaw if I would just want to, put a piece of round stock in there to do something in the 4th axis.
I can't wait to see your presentation on that when it gets here.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
Looking forward to it. Well, this is great. You guys did an awesome job with this van. I mean, it looks great. You got it well lit up in here.
I wish I could take credit for it, but my coworker Darren Wine is the one to put this whole thing together. So he gets all the kudos.
Well, he did a good job. So well done with that. And I hope you guys have a fun and successful tour through Florida this winter.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you guys need to reach out to him if y'all want them to stop by with the van and check all this stuff out and see what they have to offer. A lot of good quality stuff here.
We'd be glad to do it.
Well, Scott, I appreciate you stopping by and letting us see the Workholding and see the new van.
Oh, pleasure's all mine. Thank you very much for all you do.
Yeah, no problem at all. It was good to meet you, and hopefully you guys like this little video. This was just sort of a spur of the moment thing. They reached out like, hey, we're going through Florida. You're right on the way. Can we stop in and see you? And I was like, yeah, come on by. So very cool.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
You bet. We'll see you guys later.